Welcome, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you are, driving or
God bless us, everyone.
why not? Can't do any harm, I'm sure. Is that you quoting Tiny Tim again?
Yep, can't help it. It just pops out.
Can't help it. I can't help but think of my uncle when I hear God bless us, God bless you all, God bless us all. Because my uncle was a devout Christian. He was the only one in our family who was devout in any way, really. Most were just pretending to be Christian, but he kind of meant it. And he would always say, safe journey, God bless, God looks after his own. And I'd go, well, that's me, fuck then, Bernard, Uncle Bernard. And that was when I was 15. So, I mean, the whole irreverence thing is not down to enlightenment or awakening. It's just a terrible personality trait that if but I always it was obvious for me even when I was at Sunday school that religion was just so divisive because it was only for the believers. You had to believe. Well, how was I to make myself believe? The only way round it was to lie, and I thought then I thought, well, most people must be lying about it. You have to, you have to pretend you believe. And to link that anecdote to non-duality, people say that's my belief. So I'm a preacher of non-duality. I'm a teacher of non-duality. I'm a speaker of non. But it's nothing to do with belief. I don't believe a word I say. This is not dependent on belief at all. This is just as it is with or without belief. Belief is just another appearance, something that appears or not. And wonderfully, just like everything else, beliefs are not yours. You don't believe. So there's an innocence about belief, and the innocence it just feels so childlike to me. Life has no requirement of belief. It has no requirement of faith. That's the unconditional love. That this is all beliefs, no beliefs. It is quite lovely to just say that it doesn't matter whether you believe or not, or whether there is belief or not. The beliefs are empty, pretending to be full of truth and reality and hope. And they're all empty. The love is in the emptiness. I think faith comes from the desire to at least pretend that there's something that doesn't come and go, something that isn't transient, something that isn't temporary, something that remains, something that doesn't die. And so even those who are looking for faith and haven't found it in God may find it in consciousness or in awareness or in something that is permanent. And it makes perfect sense why most people want to do that. Self would want to do that. But that's not what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about nothing remains. And I'm not speaking about nothing as something. All the things are already nothing. So it's not that all the things come from nothing, live a life, and return to nothing. Everything is nothing, appearing as what it appears to be. The fullness of everything is empty. And in that is a very absolutely undescribable peace that doesn't need to make any sense. And it's not comforting in the way that a faith would be comforting. It's kind of like the coldest comfort because it's the comfort of nothingness, of emptiness, of no thingness. Not to come, but already. But the fear of death is annihilated, not in a practical relative sense. There could still be fear of missing friends and family and loved ones, and life, but fear of the existential fear of nothingness, of not being. We're speaking about the annihilation of that fear because this is already nothing, appearing as everything. There isn't anything that isn't nothing. The complete fullness of life is completely empty. And so in the appearance, it appears that some human beings have much more, a lot more things, a lot more stuff, or a lot more happiness. When I say stuff, I mean, I don't just mean material goods. I mean happiness, pleasure, comfort, warmth, friendship, family, love. But no one has more or less of nothing. And ultimately, they are all, everything is. It's a very strange unconditional love. But here it is, undeniably, as everything. And wonderfully, there's nothing, no one, no thing has more or less of this. There isn't anything that's more empty or less empty, more full or less full. The fullness is complete and the emptiness is complete. And so this is the end of the journey and the beginning. Always beginning, always ending. If you'd like to ask a question, just put your hand up. If you'd like to, I don't know, comment on what powers of wisdom I just spoke. How much more unconditionally loving could it be than whatever you consider to be the wisest, most glorious, beautiful utterances that human beings have ever made? You know, Shakespeare, for example, is no different to the guttural grunts of the drunk trying to get a cigarette off you at 3 a.m. outside the front of the pub. One is no more meaningful, no more sacred. There is nothing sacred. Everything is sacred. There are no miracles. Everything is miraculous. There is no special. Everything is incredibly mundane. The mundane is miraculous. Is wonderful. And there's nothing to wait for then. I mean, really, one of the main motivations to speak about this is if just one or two more human beings stop waiting for what they haven't got a fucking clue what they're waiting for, by the way, but they are waiting, and they're, waiting for it to happen, waiting for the shift, waiting for the sign, waiting waiting for the finger to point them. No, there is no sign to hear. There is no way to hear. There is no journey to hear. It's already over. You just think you're in the middle of it. Maybe. This doesn't have a middle. You're not the point. This doesn't have a point. So beautifully pointless. With any point you care to make up. With any meaning you care to make up. You give life whatever meaning. All meaning is meaningless. All point is pointless. It doesn't mean to say there won't be points and there won't be meaning. This is without reason, without cause. This isn't happening for a reason. But you can ascribe any reason. If there's a reason given, that's what's happening. That's not the reason it's happening. That is what's happening. If you say there's a point to life, that isn't the point to life. That's just what seems to be happening again. You just want there to be meaning and purpose and point. It may sound, when I say that, it might sound like I'm suggesting that pointless and meaningless are correct and point and meaning are incorrect. I don't mean that. I mean, there's nothing pointless and there's nothing meaningless without meaning and point. There's nothing that is more important or significant than anything else. That doesn't mean to say that point and meaning and significance don't appear. So then there's liberation to make your pointless point as much as you want. Yeah, go ahead, make your point. It's pointless. Isn't that beautiful? Go on, tell the world what you think life means. Doesn't mean anything. But they're all like straitjackets, ascribing life inherent meaning, inherent point, inherent reason, inherent significance. It's just putting a straitjacket on this that is utterly free, trying to contain life, trying to box, and it's just a futile pretension. innocently in the hope that I have some significance, that my life counts, that my life has purpose and meaning. It wonderfully doesn't, because it wonderfully isn't your life, just life.
Lisa has a hand up.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm bored. There's a blizzard outside. I can't
Right,
go anywhere.
don't just speak because you're bored, Lisa. Give us some.
I'm an entitled,
This meeting
snobbish
isn't
white
just for you
person.
because when you're bored.
Am I allowed to be bored, or is boredom nothing?
Oh no, you're allowed to be bored. Just you're not allowed to speak just because you're bored. Of course you are. Do whatever you like.
Thank you, because I'm anyway. So I was thinking like the waiting. I spent my life waiting.
Y-
So waiting for my mom to get sober, waiting for my dad to send the money in the mail, waiting for, my for Jesus to come back, it's like, and
Yeah.
but I've stopped waiting, like, and I think my biggest fear is that I'm never going to have another relationship. I think that's my
Hmm.
biggest fear. Um, because I feel like all the ones previous lives were like disastrous, and
Yeah.
so I guess I'm wondering, like you talk about doing what you want, and I just wonder, like, how do you, I want a lot of things, but I don't feel like I can do very much, about anything. So, you know, I just wonder, like, for me, like for my life, it's about like looking out there and seeing what everybody has in this, it's like Pinocchio looking at the wonderland, and it's like, well, what
Right.
actually is available, to me? And I know it's not Facebook dating, but I mean,
Well,
has
I mean,
anybody met anybody on Facebook?
right.
But
Well, it has been suggested a number of times to me that I should set up a non-duality dating agency.
oh my God,
But
how do you date
but
nothing? How do you date nothing? Okay.
but yeah. So I think really, I mean, what you're doing here, Lisa, is you are just putting yourself out there. This is going onto YouTube, and who knows if I get any messages, I can, and you agree, then I can pass on your
Well, I
contact.
need help writing a profile because it doesn't look
No,
good.
no, you don't need the pro. Here's your profile. This is it, Lisa. Here we are. We're done.
Okay, well, if there's somebody out there that can handle me and is brave enough to actually risk that chance of rejection.
Well, the thing is, I mean, there we go. That's the thing, isn't it? Who's willing to risk rejection? That's that is that is the terrible dating game. So,
Yeah,
but
thank you.
yeah,
Maybe we
you're
could do
fine.
that. Like
Your profile's going out. Okay.
there was a movie made about the dating game, the guy, he ended up being like a serial killer. She picked him. This was happened real in real life. And she
Oh,
picked him and then he like murdered all these people.
yeah.
Anyway, I won't go there. I won't go there.
Yeah.
But
Life's a risky business, Lisa.
okay. Thank you. But that's pretty much it. I wasn't going to say anything, but I just, it's like the blizzard. I don't have a car. I can't go anywhere. I don't have any friends. I mean, seriously. Okay, anyway, blah blah blah. Okay.
No,
Thank you.
no, you're right. I'll try and delete those because they're not enhancing your chances. You know, you need to say that you've got a shed load of money in the bank, and you've got, I don't know, you've
I'm
got
waiting for that. I'm waiting.
offshore accounts is what you need.
Thank
Oh,
you.
it's
Thank you
fine,
for your
Lisa.
sense of humor.
Oh, it's fine, Lisa. No, but the thing is, we just never know. But you're right about risk. I mean, you can play safe. I've got lots of friends who are they're definitely playing safe to the grave.
Yeah, I mean it's weird, but I don't I guess I feel like the men they've chosen me. That's what I feel like. And then I've been, and then they like try to tell me what to do. And I'm like, well, and it's like, like a puppet. Oh, should I go here? Should I go? Am I good enough? It's like,
Oh yeah,
anyway, you know, it's like
yeah,
stupid. And it's just like, come on,
yeah.
you know?
Or you can be perfectly okay on your own, Lisa.
No, no, I cannot.
You, you never know.
Maybe. I am okay. I'm getting really, I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. But I mean,
See, that's good. See, now I like that. Just add the
no,
offshore account to the genius, and
I seriously, I am. I feel like I am in my own. I'm probably going to go insane. I'll just start putting numbers everywhere and be like, this crazy mathematician. I'm really
thank-
not. I'm just normal. I'm just normal.
I know. Oh, it's nice to see you,
Thank you.
and I hope you get out after the blizzard stops.
Yeah, I will. I just don't want to fall on my head. Like last winter, I fell on the ice, and I'm
Yeah,
getting older, and it's like
yeah. Wear some sensible boots.
I do have that, but mostly I would just like to live in a warmer climate. But I don't feel like you know. I
No.
did live in Arizona for 10 years, and I'm kind of mad that I left, but what can you say? It's not the place, it's the space. It's this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I'll
Lisa.
just watch some romantic movies and be.
Yes. Yeah, me too. Watch those really, really awful, cheesy Christmas romance movies. They're
Oh,
on every,
Hallmark.
they're on every afternoon.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know. I know all about it, believe me. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Merry
Thank,
Christmas.
thank you.
Whatever.
Whatever, yeah, whatever. Well, I will have one more meeting before Christmas. Uh, Next Wednesday, probably. And while I'm on the plug in the meetings, there's still a couple of spaces for London a week on Saturday, 20th of December. All the details are on my website. Email me if you'd like to come. And also on my website, I've been invited to Brussels for a weekend of talks, and all the details of that are on my website. That's in May.
It's interesting. Tim, in a way, there was nothing wrong, but also nothing right. You told me that.
Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong, but there's nothing right.
Yeah.
But there is, of course, there is the sense of that that can be misleading here and there because you think, oh well, if I think something's wrong, then of course I'm getting it wrong if I think something's wrong. That's not what I mean. I mean, there's nothing wrong with thinking something's wrong.
Mm.
I mean that there's nothing wrong with thinking, oh, there's a right way to do this and you're doing it the wrong way. I think that's totally natural human nature. But what can be seen is just my preference. It's just a human preference. There's nothing essentially right or wrong. And that's very different. When you see every human being's entitled to their view of what's right and wrong, and they can't do otherwise, then there's an innocence to it that frees up the sense of right and wrong from any absolute. Absolutely, there isn't right and wrong. Yeah. But that it might sound like, I'm far from being a saint. I mean, really what I mean when I say something's wrong is, I mean, I don't like it. So say I see bullying, say I see a bigger kid hitting a smaller kid, I'm likely to feel that's wrong and be angry about it and want to do something about it. Now, that doesn't mean that the bully, that I'm making a moral judgment. It's just naturally what happens. It's just how this human being reacts that way. And I don't think it's right or wrong that I react that way. It's just how it is.
Yes.
And then and I don't think this is the thing. I would think the bullies, the kid who's hitting the younger kid, he's not wrong. He's not wrong, but I don't want him to do that behavior. So I'll probably try and stop him.
Yeah.
And there is a different. It sounds like splitting hairs, but it was really not. It's a huge difference in judgment.
Yeah, it's also like when I look at my own behavior,
Yeah.
Sometimes I communicate in not so handsome way. And sometimes I'm also, in a way, I have to ask my colleagues, sometimes I just do. And sometimes I think I don't need to say this, but
No.
probably I don't know. I'm feeling they are very nice, they are very sweet. So yeah, but there is something in me that I sometimes don't communicate what I do or don't or whatever, and that's how it goes. Or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way, it feels like it's getting more clear that nothing is owned and it's all empty. And also the sadness is also just what is. Yeah, the sadness.
The sadness is okay, Anita.
Yeah. Maybe I come to Brussels to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
I've said it a lot before, but there is nothing. There's nothing sadder than parents wanting their kids to just be happy. I mean, with the very, very best intentions. But fucking hell, even a glimmer of discontent can feel dreadfully painful to the child self who's just trying to please their parents by being consistently happy, always satisfied. Not just sadness, anger, because you've always got to be amenable as well. Selfish, because you've always got to be selfless and generous. Kind, any meanness, because you've always got to be kind. God. And then we wonder why most of us grew up to be neurotic as fuck. Virtually every feeling we had was wrong and indicated some fault in us, rather than it being completely natural. There are no emotions that are not natural. There are no good and bad emotions. There are painful emotions and there's pleasurable emotions, yes. But right and wrong, good and bad, not at all. And it feels the most compassionate thing to say that sadness is love, that grief is love, that loss is love. Hi, Razia.
Hi, this is Sukwat. I just want to know, like, what makes you, what, hi, Tim. Hi, everyone. I just want to know, like, what makes you hold on to certain beliefs, like there's no separation, and discard other beliefs? On what basis are you doing that?
What, the no separation?
Yeah, I mean, you say, like, there's no separation, and
Mhm.
that's, you hold it on to that, but you will discard any other beliefs. Because, I mean, I would say there's no separation is also a belief.
Yeah, I don't believe there's no separation, though.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you really look at it, if you really look at it, it's, we are the dreamt. I don't know, even that can be a belief, right? But we are the dreamt, and we are the ones that are saying that there's no separation, right? Because we are experiencing this lack of separation. And at the end of the day, it's still happening within this imaginary event or whatever it is, occurrence, you know?
The thing, yeah, the thing about experiencing the lack of separation, I wouldn't say it's an experience. I don't experience the no separation.
Okay.
Without experiencing separation, it isn't replaced by a lack of separation.
No,
It's more. I mean, this is kind of impossible to even approach, but no separation is not a state. It's the absence of the state of separation. That's
yes.
but then there isn't. It's not then a state of. Now here's the thing. I have experienced, and I put that. I've written about it in the book. I've had one non-dual experience in my life.
Yes.
In the story of Tim's life, there's been one what I'd call really non-dual experience where the experience was of there was an experience of I was the rocks and the trees and the rocks and the trees were me. Now I would say that was an experience of non-separation. That's not the state that is lived. I mean that didn't even
Yes.
last that state didn't even last a second. So
Yes.
I can't speak about this as an experience of non-separation because I think that's really misleading. There's no experience of no separation. There's no experience of separation. There's just
Yes. Okay, but
just
there's a
not.
shared experience that you talk to. There's a shared experience that lots of people talk to, like Tim has experienced this, and David has experienced this, and Brendan has experienced this. So there's a sharing of that.
Yeah,
Where
we can try and
looking,
share it. Yeah.
yeah. But lots of what is non-duality is based on the premise that there is no separation.
Yeah, there is no separation, but there's no separation either. I mean, it just gets.
Okay, thanks.
But there is. So I would say there's only the appearance, and the appearance is of separation. The appearance is of
Yes.
separation between two human beings. Of course it is. That's the appearance, and the appearance does not change. So experientially, the appearance is all there is. And so that's exactly the same. Now, what it is that changes, well, that's what we can't speak of. Well, really,
Yeah.
non-duality really isn't speaking about no separation. It's really what I would rather say is that the sense of separation and the sense of no separation are not two, and there's no real knowing the difference. So the illusion is that I know separation. That's what seems to no longer appear. The illusion of the concrete reality of separation. But there isn't a concrete reality of oneness in its place. That doesn't appear. And I think that may be
Yes.
I think for a lot of seekers, that may be a real big sticking point, because you're waiting until you know there's oneness or no separation or wholeness. And that's experientially as life appears to be. And that's not what's being spoken
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, but there are, there are certain premises. Like, I mean, if you look at, I know like you are different, right? But I've been to other non-dual people, adolescent, and they always talk about like there's no multiple separate minds. You are uh, you are not a person inside a body. You're not a doer. These seem to be like. The foundation upon which non-duality is this thing. And lots of it, like if you say I'm not the body now, how do I know that? And then it's like a matter of experience. And then we're looking at the person who is experiencing this whole thing is not even there, you know? So it becomes like a bit contradictory. I mean, even if you say like,
But you know,
there's no
you've heard me
time,
enough.
there's no
You know,
future, there's no past. Yeah.
you've heard
It's
me enough,
something
Razzie.
that,
You know, I would never say that I'm not the body.
yes, yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, it's being
that's not
said,
something that I
yeah.
would say at all, because it's not that I'm not the body; it's that I'm not. Full stop.
Yes.
Full
Yeah,
stop.
you're not. But
It's
even
not that
being a
I'm not the
body is
body and I'm
not
not the
even,
mind, but I am something else. No, I'm nothing else. No, there is nothing else. It's
yeah.
not.
Okay.
What I'm trying to convey is not to try and convey, okay, you're not who you thought you were, but here's your true identity. I'm suggesting there is
Yes.
so there is only the identity, and that identity is completely empty. There's nothing inside. So and it's not popular because most selves just want to create a new, better identity, not this small egoic one. So I'll have a new identity as pure awareness. I'll have a new identity as pure consciousness. I'll have a new identity
Yes.
as the ground of being, or whatever. No, I'm suggesting no. The identity that you've called yourself is just empty. There isn't anyone
Yeah.
who has an identity. There is just the identity. So it's like the clothes. It's not like the emperor's new clothes and he's actually naked. It's like there's only the clothes and inside there's no emperor.
Yes. But even that is an experience. I feel it's
No,
an experience.
yeah, it might sound like an experience, but I'd rather call it as it's like no experience. It's an empty experience. It's not really an
Thanks.
experience.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie. Hi, David.
Oh, hi. It's such a beautiful thing to consider how it's totally important what other people say. It's totally unimportant at all that, and if I make it important, then I'm trying to make uh, experience or non-duality or whatever I call it into something concrete,
Yeah,
and that's creating an illusion within an illusion.
yeah,
And I'm so thankful that there's the ability to listen to what other people say and understand that that is the best they can do, probably, about expressing their experience, and to leave it at that. I have
Yeah.
no reason to try to tell them you need to say it differently.
No.
It has nothing for me at all, and my my interest is simply to be clear in this life, and it takes no effort to do that, no effort at all, just allowing it to be open and ready to take action right here with whatever that needs to happen. There's snow falling around, like has been already said, in the US at least, a big snowstorm. There's many factors happening in life, and I'm just perfectly happy with them, whatever. Some things are falling apart and some things are coming together. And it's a beautiful circus.
Yeah.
I love it when we hear from all sides here. Everyone has their story and their beauty,
Oh, yeah.
and I love each one. Thanks for allowing me to ramble on a bit here.
Oh, lovely, David. Always a pleasure.
Take care.
Ready. Hello, mate. Are you there, Freddie? There he is. No, your microphone's not working. You're unmuted, but got no sound. Still none. It's no good shouting. If it's not working, shouting won't help.
Turn those off. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, good. So I was just wanted to comment on what you were talking about kids. You know, I've recently reread my own school reports, and my headmaster told my last report said that my academic work was an unmitigated disaster, and here I am, however many years later, 40 something years later, with a teenage son who is also being described, might as well have my report. And
That's my
so
boy.
I have to put on this look of disdain,
Yeah,
and
I think you need.
be
I
on
think,
the side of.
Freddie, you just got to fess up, mate.
Say again?
You just got to fess up to him. You just got to come clean.
Ridiculous. I don't understand why I can't hear you.
Oh, can't you hear me? We'll just ramble. Well, you can't hear me, so just ramble on for a bit, and then I'll cut you off.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm going to try and sort this out, but sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, but I know
right.
I know exactly what Freddie meant with that, because my little boy, I just feel if you could have taken my genes and cloned me without a mother, then that's what seems to have happened. He doesn't seem to have inherited any of his mother's genes at all. He's like completely mini me, and and I mean, I should be ashamed to say this. This shows how shameless I am. I can't help it. But of course, what I should be is repulsed and abhorred at how like me it is, and all the negatives I see those. It's just the opposite. I just adore the fucking life out of him. I just want to eat him up. You know, so the irony, I mean, there is nothing more ironic than, so here's Tim without a self, and then this mini self of him has appeared, who now he can shower all his self-love upon. And he gets school reports identical to mine. Like, if Tim spent a little bit more, as much effort on his studies as he does being the class clown, then I'm sure he will have a very successful future. That kind of thing. Similar to you, I'd say, Fred.
Yes. Yes, and there's this idea that the qualifications that a school will impart gives a pathway to this idea about success.
Success, yeah.
And then success equals happiness.
Yes.
And I you know, the one thing I will say about both my children is that they are highly social.
Yeah.
And to me, that's probably a better indication of what, you know, in terms of being able to share with people and to unburden anything that they might be feeling.
Yeah, I mean, you can use any criteria you want for the criteria of what makes success, but there's nothing much better than being socially successful. And I mean, that's going to open many more doors than academic achievement would ever do, for sure.
Absolutely.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But anybody with an ounce of brain, if you're not too intellectual, could see that. But of course, there's so much intellectual snobbery. Being a teacher, I know I was a PE teacher, and I was constantly ridiculed for being, the stupidest teacher in the school. Teachers are the worst for it. Dreadful, awful human beings, teachers.
And so often seemingly unhappy.
Terribly miserable, most of them. I was okay because I spent most of my time just running around the field with the kids. So when I was a PE teacher, it did quite often appear that I was the only one who enjoyed turning up.
Mm.
It's true. And then when I went into a classroom, I soon became miserable. Because my main task was keeping the kids in their seat, not rioting. That's priority number one, is keeping order. And of course, it's much easier to keep order on a field. Off you go, run around the rugby pitch 6 times. I mean, it's not a problem. But keeping kids in their seat, bored to tears. Can you imagine me teaching RE, what it was like? Compulsory RE if you had 2 kids in your class that were motivated to learn what you were trying to teach them, that was good. 2 out of 30. And the rest, it was just riot control.
I went to boarding school and I had a priest who taught RE, and inexplicably he would give us the answers, or rather he would print out the exam that was about to be taken a week early, and without any other teacher knowing about this. It was just an understanding between the kids and the priest, and then we would actually fill out. We would do the exam days before and then just replace the paper with what we'd completed a week ago.
Wow. So, but the thing is, of course, God knew, didn't he? and the priest obviously didn't believe in God.
Yeah, maybe.
It would be nice to do it if we could really know how many priests don't believe in an omniscient God. Would be interesting because he obviously didn't. Otherwise, I don't think he could have done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. So you did well in RE. That was your top
I did.
subject. That
I
was
did.
Yes. And you
It
looked at your
was-
school report and you went, wow. And your dad goes, wow, did surprisingly well in RE.
Yes. Yeah. Although I did only get about 65% in that as well. But
That's lovely. You've given all the
yeah.
answers.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
What is RE?
Sorry,
Celeste
religious,
America?
religion. What
Oh,
would you call
Yeah,
it?
religious education.
Rather
Is
than
what it stands for, right? RE.
what?
I mean, they
What
used to call it divinity as well.
Oh, divinity. Yeah. Thank God, when I was an RE teacher, I wasn't called a divinity teacher.
Well, you are now, so
Now I am. Yes. Yeah. I've progressed to
We
divinity.
heathens in the US don't have that. We don't have
No.
compulsory religious education here.
No. Well, unless you go to a Catholic or a religious school.
Yeah, if you go to
I mean,
religious school, of
I know
course.
Kate's kid they go to a Catholic school, so they get it rammed. She doesn't seem to mind somehow. It's funny how people, if the school's got a good reputation, parents don't seem to mind about the religious indoctrination at all. It's quite funny, really. As long as the exam results are good, I don't care what other indoctrination they're getting. Parents are so blinded by, oh, this will get them into that college. Or, yeah, I know. It's I always found it very distasteful.
Tim?
Hello.
Hello. It's Kim.
Hi, Kim. Yeah,
yeah.
nice to see you.
Yeah, the same to you. I work as a support teacher. It's much better. Then you only have to relate.
Now,
yeah,
I was thinking if I get poor enough, if I got really desperate, then I'll put my name down for support teaching.
Exactly.
Because I could do that because I don't have to do the crowd control.
Exactly. And I love when the children say, if you don't stop, Kim, I will tell the grown-ups.
I can see how you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, it's really wonderful because you have all the stories and you don't have to teach. You teach, of course, a little bit of the stuff, but you can talk a lot with them and have all the best from the young one.
Yeah, you get the good bits without having to do that, and you don't have to do any planning, I guess, do you?
No.
Yeah,
no.
So you've almost sold it to me, Kim. I think I could probably do that.
Yeah, and of course, only few hours.
Yeah.
Not full schedule.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
thanks.
Tim, and Tim, it's wonderful when you talk about. Today I really don't hear what you are talking about. It's just vanish, but in a really lovely way. But when you talk about sorrow and so on, it really it without any reason. It's just there, and it's nice to feel it when there's no. I don't know, no surroundings to put things into, but it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it can come full out, without any.
Thanks, Kim. That's lovely.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, thank you. Has anybody else got anything to say? Otherwise, this evening I'm going to the public house, the Rose and Crown, for a pub quiz. So my team awaits me. I think started 10 minutes ago. And it'll be quite competitive. I don't know if pub quiz is a thing in the States, but in England, pub quiz is quite a thing. People love a pub quiz. Trivial knowledge. I played Trivial Pursuit the other day. I hadn't played it since certainly the 90s. Do you remember Trivial Pursuit?
Oh yeah.
I absolutely. We played it. We went to this bistro. What do you call it? A little. Like a microbrewery, and it was and it's like in somebody's front room, and they just had all games out, and we'd already had a few pints, and we played Trivial Pursuit. Oh God, it was the most fun I've had in years. It was really quite sad how much I enjoyed it because it was the original version, so it was all 80s current. So what was current in the 80s? Well, of course, I can remember virtually everything that happened in the 80s. You ask me what's happened in the last 10 years, I know fuck all. Really, virtually nothing, because I don't watch the news. I'm not really into, musically, no idea. Music of certainly the first half of the 80s. I'm not an expert, but relatively I am. So all these 60-year-old blokes playing 80s Trivial Pursuit. having a great time. So maybe
Is there a prize?
Was there a prize? Yeah,
yeah.
Whoever won, had to buy the beers. The prize was a punishment for being too clever. So you have to weigh up whether it's worth losing. Do you just want the pride of winning? But then you have to buy the beers. It's the same in golf, by the way. That's a rule in golf at my golf club. If you win at golf, so you get the pleasure of winning, and then you have to buy all the losers a beer.
Pays to lose.
So it's kind of nice, really, because you get a bonus for losing.
Like life, really.
Well, it is like life without the bonus. There's no bonus, just losing. The losing is the bonus. Lovely to see you all. Thanks very much. So there will be a meeting next Wednesday, but there won't be one on Christmas Eve, will it be? Yeah, no. I don't think I'll do one Christmas Eve. I might change my mind and do it. Depends if I'm sitting on my own. It depends whether I get a better offer. There you go. If I get an offer of we're going here on Christmas Eve, I'll let you know next week.
Cheers.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you, Tim.
Cheers.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Tim.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.